it kind of made me reevaluate just kind of the finite nature of life, and made me realize that like these things that I've dreamt of pursuing that I may have been scared of because of death or because of these endings that we have in life. I've realized that I should, try to pursue exactly what it is that I feel like I should pursue.
Yeah, especially with the lockdown that happened
Exactly.
recently.
Yeah.
That made me confront my own mortality in a way that was
It's a very scary thing
beneficial.
to do. Yeah, of course. And that whole experience was quite a scary one. So yeah, I mean that really put into perspective what exactly potentially can happen, which is scary for sure for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I'd be interested to hear what your first thoughts were when the lockdown went on, but in the time between where I didn't have the time to rationalize, like, okay, it's probably not an actual active shooter situation, just like the instant fear, my first thought was kind of, I haven't gotten done everything I want to do.
Yeah,
And
yeah, absolutely.
Once it was done, I was like, wow, I'm so lucky that wasn't something bad. Now I better start pursuing my dreams and just start making stuff happen, because you can just get yanked off the planet,
Yeah.
and you don't get a second chance, so it just made me realize I don't want to waste this opportunity. At least that's
for sure.
I don't know. I'd be curious what was going through your mind during that scary incident.
Yeah, logic, as you said, out the window.
Yeah,
Emotion
for sure.
overtakes it.
Absolutely.
It's just how the hierarchy works in your brain in extreme situations. Unless you train yourself in the military mentally to keep your head cool when things are going on.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I always imagine myself being like a super badass in a situation like a lockdown, but I was the biggest pussy the other day. I was in the back corner of the room.
You weren't going to be the guy to take down the shooter?
No, I was not.
I mean, honestly, what really kind of scared me was that I was walking in the administrative hallway while the lockdown occurred, and because I know Mr. Bravik relatively well, I've done a lot of things with her throughout my time at school, and I looked into 210, which is the announcement room and also the room where she usually is, and there were just people scrambling around, and that scared me because it just made me realize that, like, the administration doesn't know what's happening. Which meant to me,
it's a real
because
incident.
at first I thought it was a drill. I was like, okay, well, it's just a drill that I didn't find out about. But to see that the administration was clueless as to what was happening at that exact moment when the lockdown occurred meant that this was the real deal. And at that moment, I actually got scared. And I was directed into the school psychologist's office, or a room where I've never visited before, and placed in a back closet of the room. And that was my location for the next 20 minutes. And it was pretty surreal, to be honest, because for the first time I was actually, as Bobby talked about, confronting kind of my own mortality.
Well, I know that the fact that we were so unprepared and the administration, as well as the individual, were so unprepared, I think was actually very beneficial.
I agree.
The fake lockdown. I
I
know
agree.
there's been a lot of changes administratively because of it, and I know if that situation happened again, I would act in a different way.
Well, 3 things. Number 1, the school got to see how it would actually look if we thought there was a real lockdown. So that was like a test run.
Yep.
Because I've always thought, are you going to do a drill where you tell everyone it's a drill? It doesn't really work.
That's
so
true,
this was
yeah.
like the best drill we could have. Number 2, the fear is kind of like we're a little desensitized, I guess. So maybe we'd be in less of a state of panic next time it were to happen. Hope, like, God forbid. And then number 3, as you said, I think we all got a lot of personal growth out of it. Just like
absolutely.
confronting the idea, we could die.
Yeah.
But just moving on from that,